I was muted, I'm sorry. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm eating my nuggies right now. I sure am eating those nuggies. Hi, Clemency P? Welcome. Hi Nep Nep. Hi Grunt. Wow! Thank you for following, oh wait, we got a few new followers. We got, no, it's just Iris. Hi Iris, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining the Slug Club. Hello! And Clemency people, thank you for joining the Slug Club. Yeah, I'm just eating my my tendies right now, but so welcome to the shitty oh, and a hydrate. Thank you. I'll drink that in a second. We're about to start this shitty creepypasta reading stream. My pupils aren't moving because I have a nugget in my hand. Oh, the tendies are delicious. Yum yum. Tendies. Hydrate. Ah. I wanted to eat my food before I started the stream, but I was a little bit late and I wanted to start the stream on time, so if I take it like any bites out of tendies, you know what, I should probably finish eating now and then like actually you know, start on the creepypastas. So when I was a kid, I loved shitty creepypastas, like unironically, and I wanted to create my own creepypasta OC, so I ended up, creating my own creepypasta OC. It was a Chinchou from Pokemon, but it was gray and it had red eyes. Its entire backstory was like an ASPCA commercial. It was like, oh no, somebody left him on the road. His Pokemon trainer left him on the road and now he's going back to haunt him. Ah! I was like 10, don't bully me. But hey, at least you know about my shitty creepypasta OC from back in the day while I eat my chicken tendies. I have 2 tendies left. I'm sorry if like tendy stream is not super interesting, but we'll get into the fun part here in a second. For those of you in chat, hi Ramathal. What is your favorite shitty creepypasta? Because I'm taking suggestions with this stream, so tendy stream is the most fun part though. That seems like it's good. My shitty creepypasta OC from when I was like 10 years old? No. Wait, let me get a transparent tendy to put on my stream while I eat the tendies. Wait. Why is it not working? Oh, it's a fucking GIF, as it always is. Let me find a new one. There we go. Oh, and a pet. I'll put that on in a second. There we go. Tendies. Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I still forgot to put the head pats on the just chatting screen, so let me see. But who was the phone? Really dinks you tink. I had one from my friend. It was about trying to escape the monsters, and it was a CYOA. What does CYOA stand for? I rewatched Marble Hornet Slender Man recently, and it gets so lame. I actually haven't read like the original Marble Hornets. I just know about the Slendy Man. I think I think it was when I was a child, your favorite creepypasta was like Sonic EXE. That was your favorite one? Choose your own adventure. Creepypasta from Skyrim? Is that a name of a creepypasta, or is it just a thing that exists? Was Herobrine a creepypasta? Yes, Herobrine was a creepypasta. Herobrine scared the shit out of me when I was a little baby Minecraft baby. I was like, oh no! I named a mine? Oh no! Herobrine might find me. I was especially like scared when it was foggy out, because like in all the pictures they had like the fog, and then there was just like Herobrine's bright white eyes. It was like, oh, spooky. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm so happy the microphone isn't picking up my mouth noises. Yeah, Minecraft cave sounds were the worst. They still scare me, even to this day. I played Minecraft recently, and you know, they're so off-putting and spooky. Yeah. Nom nom nom. If Herobrine isn't real, how did my cousin's fourth removed aunt die from him over? Oh no! Herobrine is real! That's the proof! That's the proof! Does that My Immortal Harry Potter fanfic count as creepypasta? No, but it should. Yum yum yum. Okay. Tendies finished. Tendies destroyed. I ate them all. I ate 5 tendies. They sure were tendies. Okay, okay. Fatality. Now I have fucking crumbs everywhere. Did you eat them with ketchup? Yeah, I use Sir Kensington's spicy ketchup, and it has like jalapeno crushed up and put into it. It's really good. I'm gonna move over to gaming/media. So I actually brought up a was it tendies or less? No, it was 5 tendies. Let me take a sip. So I actually picked some out. I looked up shitty creepypastas, and now I'm going to read them. So, I think I'm gonna use like oh, we need to put on spooky music for the funny. Maybe I want to look up Halloween music, not spooky music. Is there like a playlist? Okay. 1 hour of horror music. Oh yeah, that's it. Ooh, spooky. Ooh. I'll put this on just for the meme. Is the volume okay? Can you hear the spooky music? Does the audio sound okay? It's a little loud on my end, all. Very spook, okay. Ooh. Yeah, it does sound like we're about to fight a Bloodborne boss. Okay, So, the first creepypasta we're going to read is called Sweetie, and apparently it has a part 2. It's from 8 years ago and by user Rockaround on Reddit, which, you know, is the best place to find creepypastas. The first time I saw that haunting, evil thing was when I was 10 years old. It's been stuck inside my mind ever since, tormenting me every single day. My mom and my dad had been through a lot of fighting at the time, and eventually they divorced. I'm sorry, homie, me too. Me and my younger brother, let's call him Paul, stayed with my mom, and my dad moved to his mom's until he got- wait, what? Stayed with my mom and moved to his mom's. Okay, cool. Until he got engaged to some other woman Paul and I never got to meet. Okay. It had been tough for the three of us, but eventually got through it. We moved to a smaller city, went to a new school, mom met her boyfriend, etc. It was like starting fresh. Paul was only 8 years old, so he saw himself going into a brand new experience. Everyone was so happy. We laughed and joked every day. Now that I look back to it, these three poor souls barely knew that was about to happen to them. Bom bom bom. The volume is kind of high on me or the music. Oh, okay, it's kind of distracting. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me. Okay. There was this small plaza, no longer than a mile from my house, in which I went to when I wanted to be alone. Oh god, me too. Just edgy high school. Oh, and a lobster lover hydrate. Sorry. Me too. When I was a small baby, I would, like, when I was having my edgy middle school phase where I shopped at Hot Topic, I went to, like, the small graveyard near our house to, like, sulk and take album cover photos with my phone. There was only a few people there, and I usually brought my guitar to strum some tunes. Ow, the edge. It was there when I met my first friend outside the school. Her name was, say, Amy. She was about the same age as me, and we had a lot in common. Amy and I hanged out. Wouldn't it be hung? Amy and I hanged out a lot at the local movie theater and at the plaza. She was fun to be with. But there was this one day in which I was sitting on a bench near to her, and Paul, who had become great friends with her too, was sitting on the ground, and we were talking about scary stories and such. Wait. Amy loved scary things. She had collections and volumes of ghost stories, vampire legends, Frankenstein books. You name it, she had it. I know a story about a ship that is unknown if it's a creepypasta. What? I I don't know. Okay. Let me get back to this. As a Fright Night fan myself, Fright Night fan myself, I agreed quickly. Oh, wait. On that day, she suggested she went ghost hunting at night around a small forest close to the plaza. Paul hesitated. Did she have every volume of the Goosebumps series? Yes. In order to call yourself a horror fan, you have to have every fucking volume of Goosebumps. Fright Night Battle Royale. Paul hesitated for a while, but decided to show us that he was a man and wasn't afraid of forests. He's 8 years old. He's not a man. Bad idea to all of us. So far, this pasta sounds like a sleepover. Yeah. Oh, you're a horror fan? Name every single horror. Thank you for the follow, Klee Haishin. Thank you for joining the Slug Club. It was one of those cloudy, dark nights in which you couldn't even see the moon. This was almost completely dark. Amy had brought a flashlight. She didn't seem frightened, but I felt uneasy by a place surrounded by trees at midnight, but I held it in. I love how my brain is like auto-correcting the grammar on this. I noticed clearly that Paul was shaking from fear. I thought he was a man, OP! I told him that if he wanted to go home, he could just tell us, but he rejected the offer and proceeded to walk faster. It was all going well. Too well. A sudden rustling noise made the three of us jump. It looked like a huge bird had trapped itself on some tree's branches and struggled to get away. We stood dead still, wondering what that noise was. What bird had trapped itself on some tree's branches? The bird could just... It's not like it has a shirt, it could just fly. It could just move. After the rustling had stopped, we had heard a screeching noise, like somebody scratching their fingernails on a piece of cardboard. If I had on a piece of cardboard? Okay, I'm gonna do... I don't have any cardboard, but I'm gonna do some sound effects for this. On cardboard! Terrifying! Clearly the scariest object. There's just some guy in the background, like, scratching his fingernails on a piece of cardboard. I glanced at Paul and noticed that he was pale. I took his hand and held it tightly. After a while, we decided to walk forwards just to see what the noise was, and get the hell out of that place. We jogged for what seemed... Wait. We decided to walk forwards, and then they ran? Alright. We jogged for what seemed like miles. Suddenly, Amy swung her flashlight to an old tree with a shaky finger. She pointed at 3 huge gaps on the trunk, as if somebody had made deep cuts on it with a knife. Oh, scary. Hi, Timig, welcome to the stream. I thought Amy was going to run, but she laughed? She started to crack up so hard I feared she might awake a demon or what. Ha 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 ha! Ha ha ha! She laughed. Cuts on the tree. Cuts! Like, claws maybe? Oh man, this is gold! Gold! I actually thought she was going crazy. She didn't stop laughing when Paul and I took her hands and ran away from the woods to our safe houses. Safe houses. I got no sleep that night. What made these sounds? Why was Amy acting so weird? On my 3 hours of sleep, I dreamed of the scratching noise on cardboard, getting closer and closer to me. I was awoken suddenly by constant talking and sirens outside. I didn't know at the time, but since it was winter, it was dark outside, and I couldn't see anything from my bedroom window. Like, if there are sirens, there'd usually be some sort of, like, lights on the vehicle, right? Okay. I feel like when the drugs kick in is a more accurate face for this story. Oh yeah, that's pretty. There we go. There we go. That's an appropriate face. Thank you. For those of you that don't know, that's actually the title of Gangimari is actually the face that this is called, that my model maker named it. Alright, what's next? I was awoken suddenly by constant talking and sirens outside. Oh wait, never mind, I already read that. I ran to my mom's room, but she wasn't there. Mommy, give me Milkies! All I saw was Paul, covered in my mom's blankets, hands to his face. I asked what was happening. He seemed really shaken up, and all he could mutter was, "It's Amy!" I opened the front door and looked at the scene. There were police cars, an ambulance, and about everyone in the neighborhood. The people were talking to each other. The policemen walked on about the place, and I noticed where they were standing. It was at Amy's front yard. Everybody was at the neighborhood? I don't know. I live in a shitty apartment complex, and like whenever the cops show up, nobody goes outside. It was like a regular day. Okay. It was Amy's front yard. I ran and looked for my mom. I sighed, relieved when I saw her figure approaching me. I asked what was going on. She looked at me with sympathetic eyes and said, "Honey, Amy's house was broken into last night. We still don't know who it was, but whoever did it," she paused for a second, "they killed her. She was found just about an hour ago, and she was eyeless." Dun dun dun! Yes, Amy from Sonic. I was about to fall down. I felt this weak feeling of loss and confusion. Weak? I wanted to ask a billion questions, scream out loud in fear too, but pulled myself together. I asked my mom about the eyeless deal. What is there to ask? She was eyeless. What is there to ask? The killer pulled her eyes out. "I just don't understand. Why would somebody do that to an innocent child?" she explained. Why on earth would you tell your child that, right? I couldn't even say anything. Mom led me back to the house and I went back to bed. Of course, I didn't sleep, but rolled about the bed, crying, asking myself questions, like why people play League of Legends. When it was about 9 a.m., I got up and looked out the window. I'm sorry, allergies. I could see everything clearly now. The policemen were gone, and it was all silent. I was about to go do something else, but something on the window pane caught my eye. Someone, or something. Why did no, they said something or someone, but someone is less creepy than something in, like, creepypasta format, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they swap them? Had scratched on the glass. "You're next." I froze on the inside. But, like, the real question is, did they do it from the outside so it was, like, mirrored? Wait, VTuber Studio followed me. Thank you so much for following, my friend. Welcome to the Slug Club. By the way, your best friend was murdered and having their spleen eaten. Yeah. he pulls his eyes out. Dude, that was great. Rui freeze moment. let me see, where was I? Yeah, did they mark it on backwards, or did they do it backwards so that from the inside it would read as you're next? Or did they do it from the outside and it was backwards? When my mom came into my room to see what I was freaking out about, there was nothing written there. Not a scratch. Ooh. I don't know, if I don't know where they're going with this. Do they want to do, like, a spooky, like, supernatural thing, or because it seems like a killer thing, right? I can't tell what they're gonna. Oh, hi Durbomb. Welcome. What? Thank you so much for the sub, my pal, my dude. This is your third month. You got a little pink shell. Hell yeah. I'm gonna take a little sip. Okay. After about a week after Amy's death, Mom, Paul, and me went to go visit Amy's parents' house. I had made a card that said how sorry I was about the loss of their daughter, also a good friend of mine. And Paul made a drawing of Amy, her mom and dad, and her sister, Lucy, all holding hands. Lucy was 14 years old. She had autism, but was always nice to us. Why is there a butt here? Like, as somebody who is autistic, what do they think autism does? Like, does being autistic mean that you're not nice? Why is the butt here? She loved to draw, and I must admit that she did pretty awesome for somebody with her condition. Please, please shut the fuck up. Please just shut the fuck up. OP be like, you're pretty good at art for being, for having autism. Like, what the fuck? Oh my god, what is- OP, are you- writer, are you alright? Also, thank you, Shindo.work. Shindo? For following, welcome to the Slug Club. And also thank you for subscribing, congratulations, you're now a Slug supporter. Thank you so much. Sindo, okay. Sindo, got it. As Paul and Mom chatted with her parents at the living room, I went to see Lucy. She sat on her bed, her face neutral. She toyed with an old teddy bear. We talked for a while. She replied to all my questions with the same tone of voice. It must have been hard for her to understand what was going on. Sweetie did it, she suddenly said. Sweetie? I asked. Who's that? I named him that. She swung her legs. He was looking at me last night, through the window. Look, I drew a picture. And then she proceeded to show me a watercolor drawing. A watercolor drawing. It's called a painting, my friend. What looked like a tall, husky figure with with huge oval eyes and the biggest, brightest smile in the world. And he was on the other side of a window, and he was tapping on it with his long, pointy fingernails. How can you tell if he's tall? If he's on the other side of a window? Okay. Why? I was shocked. Why do you call him Sweetie? I asked. He wants to be called that, she answered. But in the second part of her answer, but the second part of her answer was what scared me the most. Part 2 in the making. I'll deliver. Don't worry. Edit. Grammar. If the picture doesn't look like the Kool-Aid Man, I will be heavily disappointed. Right? Part 2? What did you think about this creepypasta so far? I'm spooked, you know? I'm scared. I can barely contain my fear of what's going on. Or it could be worse, could be called Daddy. That's true. Lucy paused for a second. Then she looked straight at me and said, he wants to be called Sweetie because he needs people to know that he means no harm. No harm? I asked, surprised. Like, that was the post-edit, right? Now, at the time, I was an innocent, frightened 10-year-old. I'd believe in almost anything you told me, so I believed Lucy's story right away. He doesn't want to be seen as a freak. He says all that he wants is to be understood, she went on, her face the same. He did something horrible, Lucy. How could he possibly want to be understood? I was sweating. Cold. He just does. And she left. She just fucking got up and wandered off. I was worried that I had hurt her feelings, but I didn't follow her. I stared at Amy's empty bed sorrowfully. No harm, I thought. Sweetie. Understood. I'm pretty sure if you were 10 years old and some fucking creepy creature thing killed your friend, you wouldn't be, oh, he wants to be treated nicely. He doesn't mean any harm. Cool. Understood. Like, quick question, what the fuck? This is not how 10-year-olds are. Sweetie came in to see me again. This time, he pointed to my sister. Wait. I was about to leave the room when I noticed something on the foot of Lucy's bed. It was a piece of paper that seemed like somebody had torn out from a notebook. There was writing on it. For all I remember, it said, "Sweetie came in to see me again. This time, he pointed to my sister Amy, but she didn't see him because she was sleeping. I didn't know what he wanted to say. Amy was out up until late last night. She said that I couldn't tell mommy or daddy. I didn't say anything. Daddy! Ugh. It was a journal entry on the day we went out in the woods. I didn't even know Lucy had a diary. I looked around. It's just conveniently laying there. I looked around. Nobody was watching. I slowly peered under the bed and looked for more. Success. It was one from the week before. He used to scare me, but I think I'm getting used to it. He smiles a lot, and when he does, his cheeks almost touch his eyes. He's all gray, too. I shivered, uncertain of anything. I looked around the room for more, but found nothing. Lucy's room was a mess, and I was about to give up and forget her story and admit that she was just making it up, until I tripped over something and fell down. On further inspections, I noticed it was a school notebook. I picked it up and flipped through the pages. It was the source of all the notes I'd found, ever since I was that age. What? What? Okay. Ever since I was that age, I was obsessed with Sherlock Holmes mysteries and all the detective stuff, so I felt like I was inside a case. Really? Really, my dude? Like, your friend was just fucking killed, and you were just like, just like Sherlock Holmes! On most of the pages, it talked about what Lucy had done during the day at school, nothing much of interest. But there was this only one page that talked about Sweetie. It read, "I saw that thing on my window tonight. I don't know what it was, but it had long fingernails. He used them to carve on my walls. Sweetie? I'm scared. I think he's asking me to call him Sweetie." I carefully tore the paper out and put it in my pocket. It just looked like I'd need it later. For what? When I heard something coming, I threw the journal under the bed and got up. It was my mom coming to tell me we were going home. Okay. But wait, don't you like live across the street from this person? Why does your mom need to tell you that you can go home? You can just like head out. There's not a car that you need to get into. I spent hours linking the events. The noise we heard at the woods and the marks on the trees were definitely made by Sweetie. Wait, okay. But why was Amy laughing? Did she have any knowledge about him? I couldn't wait any longer. I had to do my research. Research? I was about to head out to the library and find out some more about that so-called Sweetie. When the phone rang, Mom was busy, so she told me to get it. When I picked it up, there was heavy breathing. Heavy breathing only. I felt a chill coming down my spine. "Who's this?" I asked nervously. There was static sound. I wanted to hang up, but felt the need to keep the phone out on my ear. Okay. I don't know why, so I did. I don't know why, so I did. Finally, a deep, dark but whispery voice said, "I hope you remember me." Then they hung up. At first, I thought it was a sick prank, but the same senses that told me to keep on listening to the static told me that it wasn't just a prank. Hi Orsanil, welcome to the stream. Heyo, this dude Sweetie is a stalker, right? I tried to look up the number, but it said null. I had never seen that happen before. The number wasn't blocked, it had somehow disappeared, as I used to think at the time. What? At the time. I still don't know what they're doing. Are they doing like a killer thing, or are they doing like a supernatural theme? At first, I thought it was okay. Even though I felt a deep, frightening sensation, I decided to go to the library already and forget about the call. Oh my god. Uh, the cool air of the road made me feel a little bit more secure. I asked the kind lady that happened to live a few blocks away from me if she had any books about legends, the supernatural, or whatever. She thought for a second, until I decided to show her Lucy's painting of Sweetie. She stared at it for a couple seconds, then she became a bit pale. I asked if she was alright, but she said nothing. All she did was point to a certain section. There's something she's not telling me, I thought. I decided to follow her directions and found an old shelf filled up with old books. I took a small peek at each one but found nothing of interest. When I was about to give up, I saw a small, dusty, dark green book on the far corner of one of the shelves. The title was STF. Slugs? The fuck? That's what the book is called. I didn't know what it stood for. It stands for Slugs the Fuck, or Slug Tea Friday, or... I don't know. Out of curiosity, I took it out from the shelf. After I saw what was drawn on the front of it, I almost dropped the book. It was a nearly identical drawing of Sweetie to the one Lucy had drawn. I opened it, hands pale and shaky. There was a paragraph that said something like this. Once you see Sweetie, he is real. Nobody that has seen it in person managed to tell the press about it. He is an evil creature that lives on the darkest of the woods. He is famous for leaving marks with his claws on trees nearby. If he spots you, he'll follow you home and murder you. Oh, spooky. So Sweetie didn't just feel like killing Lucy? Does it feel bad or something? Maybe. Murder you. I went back and forth across my head. Back and forth across my... why is this written like this? Sweetie had obviously made it clear that he, or should I say it? Let's go by he. Does Sweetie have like clear pronouns? Had followed me home and scratched on my window, and Lucy was lying about her naming him. What? What? He told / manipulated her into calling him that, yeah? He said that he would like to be called Sweetie. Why would you think she lied about... Did she ever say she named him that? And now he'd yank my eyes out. Oh no! My whole body shook with fear. But if I knew that I wanted to stay alive, I needed to focus. As I exited the big library, the librarian looked at me with the same pale face of hers and said, "Be careful with what you get involved into." But you're already getting stalked by a fucking spooky creature. You're already involved. I knew exactly what she meant. I entered my house, making mental notes to myself. I was surprised on seeing my mom and Paul looking at an old family album. "Dear, come look at this," she called out for me. There were some pictures of me and Paul as toddlers, Mom and Dad on a boat. When we were about 5, me holding Paul for the first time, etc. There was nothing unsettling about the pictures. "Mom, what's that thing next to my crib?" I asked, pointing at something that looked like a Freddy Krueger glove. "That might have just been your dad messing around," Mom said, trying to just... Okay, what the fuck is going on? They're trying to, like, cram every single thing that... Like, every single trope with no regard to if it's appropriate for the story, or the pacing, or whatever. Like, because this implies that fucking Sweetie has been around for this whole time. Why didn't Sweetie kill him earlier? but I've looked at some other photos. That glove seemed to appear over and over. I only came across a Christmas picture in which everybody was in front of a glowing tree. I felt my heart skip a beat. Right behind that Christmas tree stood a dark gray creature covered with fur. All that was visible was his two wide oval eyes and his bright hellish smile and his long pointy claws that hung from his paws. Oh, were people actually excited about this? Is this sarcasm? Is this all sarcasm? I mean, you did look up shitty creepypastas, it's true. Oh, okay, we're almost done with this one, and then we'll read another one. 1,100 miles per hour story, right? Looking back at it now, it sounds stupid to not tell Mom or Paul about Sweetie on the picture, but I couldn't bring myself to do so. My mom did piles and piles of paperwork every day, and Paul was struggling to get good grades at school. I know they were both exhausted, so I kept my problems to myself. I went to my room and tried to connect my evidence together. What did STF stand for? I've already gone over this. It's slugs the fuck stood for on that library book. The S had to be Sweetie, of course. Then the phone call. Was it just one page? Because it seemed to only have one page. Like, is there no other Sweetie lore, or was it just like an empty, like a binder, but like with one page in it? Then the phone call. I searched deep into my memory, but didn't remember anyone with such an unusual voice. I was confused. It couldn't have been Sweetie, for he wasn't human. What? Why couldn't it have been Sweetie? You have fucking pictures of him. You have fucking all sorts of shit. The voice I heard was certainly coming from a real living person. I was about to conclude something, but the phone rang. Oh, and a stretch from Lobster Lover. This is a good time to do this. Okay. Stretch to the right and to the left. Thank you. I felt goosebumps. Could anyone be watching me at that moment? I shivered at the thought and slowly walked to the living room towards the phone. As I put it next to my ear, I let out a sigh of relief at hearing Lucy's voice. Hi, Lucy. I slid my hand across the face. He's coming, she said, her voice calm. Huh. Who's coming? Sweetie. Sweetie the Freak, she replied and hung up. Oh god, that name. I was irritated of hearing it. Sweetie, Sweetie, Sweetie. You killed my friend for Pete's sake. At least I'd figured out almost immediately that STF meant Sweetie the Freak. I was just certain of it. And after I placed the phone back, I sat on the front porch of my house and put my hands over my ears. I don't want to hear, talk, or think about him anymore, I whimpered silently. Wait. I don't talk or think about him anymore. He murdered violently my best friend and took her life away. She didn't mean to die. Is he going to keep killing people? I just wish that we hadn't gone to those stupid woods. Then Amy wouldn't have seen the marks on the tree, and she wouldn't have gotten freaked out and laughed, and Sweetie wouldn't have spotted us. And now I'm going to die too, and so is Paul, and my mom will be alone. I stopped, of course. It was all my fault. I now have 420 points. Got him, Lobster Lover. That's pretty funny. All my fault. All my fault. Wait. You killed Amy. That little thought flew around in my... What? I shouldn't have agreed on going to the woods. It was my first to say I'd go with her. Now it is too late. I killed my friend. She's dead and I am the murderer. Dude, are you fucking okay? Like... What? What? You agreed to go with the woods to your friends, with your friend, and you're accusing yourself of being the murderer because you said you'd go with her? You didn't immediately put her in danger of that scenario, like... I forced myself not to scream. It was too much for me. How could I not realize that? I killed Amy, and my brother is the next victim. Then, I'd end up getting myself killed. I'm such a terrible, horrible person. I started it all. What? You killed Amy! That little thought flew across my mind, and it felt like I'd go insane! Oh, are we getting raided? Hi Brumok, welcome to the raid, wait, welcome to the raid? Welcome to the stream, thank you for the raid! Today we're reading shitty creepypasta, it's all very fun and very entertaining. It's the FBI the whole time. Hi, welcome to the stream, I can't play hi by the way. And welcome raiders, welcome, thanks for showing up, My fault! Oh, my fault! Your fault! You no longer wish to live! I heard a voice, and assumed it was just the same one that had told me I killed Amy, but it was different. It sounded darker and scarier, and that's not all. It wasn't coming from my mind. Hydrate, okay. Thank you. If it wasn't all coming from my mind, standing in front of me was a tall, husky man. I'm just imagining somebody's like furry OC in their head, somebody's persona. He wore a plain red shirt and jeans. Very scary. His head was shaved and he had traces of black beard. If I was in a decent state of mind, I'd have ran to the very end of town. But since I was near completely mad, I stared at him in silence. Wait, because it's a deep, scary voice. You did it! It's your fault! He kneeled next to me. I know, I replied. I felt a tear coming down my face, but I wiped it off. You're a worthless human being! Think about it! Amy was counting on you! You let her die! Sweeting is nothing but a victim of yours too! You invaded his property, and he needed to get rid of you and your friends one by one. That's all. He spoke close to my face. But I'll do you and the society a favor. We live in a society. What would that be? I asked, worn out by his words. I'll take your life so that you won't need to be a danger to anyone anymore. Do you want the best for your dear little brother? He said, staring straight at me. What is this story? There is no plot, nothing makes sense. This is not... I nodded, shaking. I didn't want to harm anyone else. I needed to go. You harmed nobody, my homie! He smiled and got- It wasn't even your idea to go to the woods! He smiled and got up. He looked proud of finally beating me. He crackled his fingers. That's my sound effect. Yo, I could get used to this story. He held my chin in position, put his fingers across my face, thumbs facing my eyes, and I knew exactly what he'd planned to do. He'd yank them both out of my face. I thought Sweetie was doing that. He'd pressed against them strongly. It hurt, and I wanted to scream, but he covered my mouth. The pain was getting more and more intense. I felt weak on my bones, and saw nothing but blackness, but I knew the man was smiling. I felt it. Suddenly, a loud exploding sound. It took a long time for me to notice, but the pressure of his thumbs was gently fading away. My vision had been highly affected, but I could see mildly, and I was sure of something. I was not dead. Not yet! In front of me were a couple of men wearing black uniforms. On my back, someone had a strong grip of me, even though the pain was extreme. I felt the scent of a person behind me, and that was my mum. After that, everything faded to black. I woke up in a completely white hospital room. My vision was better, and the pain had eased. A nurse looked sympathetically at me and called to the door. Ma'am, she's up. You can come in now. Doshinshi version. It's more of a jab title. Sweetie destroyed my front door, so I destroyed his back door. Stop! Ma'am, she's up. You can come in now. I felt a warm sensation when I saw my mother coming inside the room. She was all smiles and tears, and I explained what happened. Apparently, someone in the neighborhood saw the mysterious man pressing his hands against my face and called the police. They arrived shortly and shot the man right away. He bled heavily, but managed to get up and escaped. They thought that he might have lost too much blood and collapsed somewhere, but no body was found. They shot him. What? Okay. Why did you not tell us about all that? If he was bleeding, you could just fucking trace the blood. Why? But no body was found. Why did you not tell us about all that? Lucy came in and told me everything. My mom stroked my hair. She left you this. It was a copy of the library book, STF. I opened the first page, but it said the same thing I had read at the library. I looked at the back of the last page, and there was something written in black ink, certainly not written by the author. He is not real. This book is a lie. It's all in your head. He never existed. It was all a manipulation. But the man? Oh, that's real. He is dangerous and always gets away. Don't let him influence you. Don't make the same mistake as I did. I didn't even think about who had written that, but then I finally realized. It was like waking up for- oh shit. It was waking up from a bad dream. The marks on the tree weren't made by Sweetie. His appearance in the picture, it was in my mind. I wasn't a murderer. Real murderer was the manipulator. No fucking shit, my dude. And he nearly got me. He knew. So he donated this. He wrote a book and he submitted it to the library with lore. And for some reason, how did the little girl figure out about it? Was that also him? I thought she saw him. What? What? Oh. He knew me, even though I never knew him. Ever since I was young, he'd been there observing, stalking, planning. He waited until you went to the forest, and he'd hoped I'd remembered him. Up to this point, sometimes when I'm looking at old pictures, I spot Sweetie just staring at me with those familiar oval eyes and chilling smile, but I learned to ignore him. It was all in my head. Wasn't it? What the fuck did I just read? That was bad. What? How did the people in this comment section read this and be like, yeah, this is amazing. This is so good. This is so amazing. Okay. Also, hey, okay, so we got some new followers. I'll return to normal for a bit. Thank you, Race Queen Rosa for following. Thank you for joining the Slug Club. Nice to see you here, by the way. And we also got, Machina Doll. Thank you so much for following. Welcome to the Slug Club. So I'm actually going to go, get a sip of water. I will be right back. See all of you sluggies in a bit. Don't go anywhere. We're going to continue, and next on our agenda is the Creepypasta MILF. Fuck yeah. Hold on, let's turn this on while I go to the bathroom and also go get some drinks. Hi Lily. Be right back. Hi everybody, I'm back. I'm sorry. I got some water, I went to the bathroom, and now we are ready to continue with the stream. We are ready to read the MILF. Also, while I was gone, we got some new followers. I can't play hi, thank you for following, and CobbleGen1, thank you for following. Let me check chat. Hello, you made some fun assets. You made some assets for a fun streamer, so as thanks you get a follow. Oh, was it the like little pets that I do? Yeah, I really like doing those. Who did you come from, if you don't mind me asking? My tummy is not happy today, and I don't know why. I'm gonna put the spooky music back on. Plum cake. I don't remember if I did anything for plum cake. Was it the chair assets? Oh, it was the chair. Yeah. Yeah, I made I did the chair, and plum cake uses the chair. Okay, let me put the spooky music back on. I'll restart it. Ooh, spooky. Oh, sorry. But yeah, thank you so much for the follow. I like doing assets, so yeah, super fun stuff. Another night alone, and now we're gonna read MILF. Another night alone, sitting in front of the computer with a mouse in one hand and a vodka on the rocks in the other, trying to kill time before complete exhaustion overtakes me. Hopefully before the sunrise. Damn, that's just my entire VTubing career in one sentence. The sentence is almost a paragraph. Aimlessly click back and forth, page after page of news prattle. Stupid people doing stupid things in stupid videos. Social media sites to catch up with friends and family. Playing free unskilled games in hopes of draining your wallet that I had no intention of ever purchasing. And the occasional bit of fantasy self-fulfillment porn. Damn, Damn, I relate so much. Oh, hi, Kami! Welcome to the stream! We're reading shitty creepypasta. Welcome, welcome. It's always great to see you here. I'm gonna take a drink. That's just me. Fuck, yeah. This is relatable content. Oh, I think the audio might be too loud. Let me turn it down. There we go. The most amusing thing that I find from all this cyber wandering is the constant bombardment of cheesy ads, supposedly directed at me personally, with my hometown shoehorned into the text that have been gathered from my IP address in a half-assed attempt to impress me into thinking, oh god, this must be legit. Let me just click on this and download what couldn't possibly be a Trojan virus, idiots. Yeah, right? Fucking hot slugs in your area now. Sexy hagfish in the Pacific. Oh yeah, perfect for a slug like me. Oh, idiots. Doctors hate him. I'm not new to the ways of the internet. I'm a goddamn pro at wasting as much of my adult time as possible. My little two-button friend. Did I write this? Is this something I'd click? I'd click. Yeah, me too. Hot slugs that brings up disturbing memories. What? Why does hot slug bring up disturbing memories? Later on into the night, and into my fifth beverage. Five vodkas? Dude, are you okay? I noticed one of these banner ads blinking with neon red letters at the top of a news site. I only noticed it because it had my name flashing as the first word. James! Honestly, anytime it says James, I'm gonna replace it with Rui. Rui! It read. MILFs in your area want to meet you. One MILF is just 10 miles away. I laughed heartily to myself, nearly spitting out some of my precious vodka. Who still uses that term these days? Yeah, right? People don't say MILF anymore. People say, big titty mommy, you know? A creature that appears as a very attractive individual, but in reality is a large slug-like creature. Wow, it's me! That's me, I'm that! Wow. Just another example of how the advertisement industry is out of touch with the world. I swallow my almost airborne mouthful and furrow my brow a bit. How did they know my name? I didn't think you could get a name from an IP address, just a location. Damn, these programming nerds are getting really good at their jobs these days. I click refresh for the latest news article on the site. Wait, let me go up, When the page fully loaded, I was knocked back in my chair, mouse flung from my hand, and a single ice cube fell onto the floor and slid behind me. It's fucking running in the 90s, my dude. I'm learning on summer break about the things school can't teach you. We're learning about MILFs. Where were we? Spitting out a spitting out an ice cube. Where is it? Oh, okay. I was assaulted by an extremely loud, shrill dinging noise from my computer speakers, as if a deranged slot machine was trying to murder me with my winnings. That's the sound effect I'm creating. I gather myself and reach to turn the speakers off. I don't ever remember turning them up that loud. I hardly even needed the speakers when I browsed the web. I scanned the page for what could have possibly made the audio attack. James! I was gonna say Rui. Rui! MILFs in your area wanna meet you! One MILF is just 9 miles away! That was the only ad on the page, and the possible source of annoyance. I thought it was weird that the same ad was showing, since site lists like these usually keep a plethora of them on cycle. I guess the MILF people paid extra to be more prominent. I shrugged it off and continued reading. I found an article on cyber attacks and hacking that have been happening lately. I thought that was amusing since I felt semi-invaded myself from the shrieking MILF banner. You gotta take Creepypasta 101. This one is already way better than the other one, because the other one is like wasn't even funny. It was just stupid. This one is funny. News seemed to be slowing down for the night, so I clicked on the title to read more. Half out of interest, half out of boredom. The first thing to load was my friends at MILF Incorporated. Rui, MILFs in your area wanna meet you. One MILF is just 7 miles away. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Was this my fate for the remainder of the night? I was getting tired of MILF vision. So tired, in fact, that I was thinking about striking that category from my more adult-related browsing. No more MILFs for me. So tired, in fact, that I was thinking about striking that okay, no wait. 7 miles? Didn't that say 10 the last time? Or was it 9? Or was it 9? I know it wasn't 7. So what? Am I now in MILF Countdown? MILF Live GPS updates? Got MILF! You're about to! Damn, these nerds are good. Help. Pain Pecco. MILF Countdown! The article didn't load. The only thing on this page was the banner. It wasn't the first time this has happened. It's not like I have a more advanced ISP or connection, so there's bound to be some hiccups. I move the arrow to the refresh icon once again and click. No article. Say mad. Updated distance. James, MILFs in your area want to meet you. One MILF is just 5 miles away. This is one fit MILF able to run 2 miles in 5 seconds. I'm almost tempted to meet this Olympian MILF. 50-year-old woman with way too much plastic surgery, caked on makeup, huge muscular legs shooting out of a short leopard print skirt. Are we getting rated? Oh. Hi, Logan Likes Anime. Welcome back. We're reading about MILFs. We're reading shitty creepypasta. Yeah, today we're reading about MILFs. Hi, Yeet God661. Welcome to the stream, my friend. MILFs? Yeah, we're reading about MILFs. MILFs, I'm in, yeah? Yeah, we're reading about MILFs! Got him. I'm gonna reread that. That is one fit MILF able to run 2 miles in 5 seconds. I'm almost tempted to meet this Olympian MILF. 50-year-old woman with way too much plastic surgery, caked on makeup, huge muscular legs shooting out of a short leopard print skirt. I chuckled, amused at my own jokes. The article must either be down, not updated, or something technical that limited education is not privy to. I clicked on my saved bookmark to go to the main page of the news site. Rui, MILFs in your area wanna meet you. One MILF is just 4 miles away. Wait, is this a creepypasta? Yes. That was the only thing on the page. I wondered if the news site was another victim of the recent hacking hijacks and was taken down. Oh well, I was pretty much done with this website anyway. I clicked on the bookmark to go to my personal email. Rui, MILFs in your area wanna meet you. One MILF is just 3 miles away. This isn't funny anymore. No email, just MILF, and this bitch is getting closer. I was starting to get a bit freaked out. 2 separate sites taken down and replaced with a MILF ad. I closed the browser window and opened it again in hopes of washing away the MILF. James, MILFs in your area wanna meet you. One MILF is just 2 miles away. It seems that you just can't wash MILF out. I didn't know I downloaded anything, so it couldn't possibly be a virus. Was I being hacked somehow? For what purpose? With all honesty, I'm not that interesting of a person to go through all this trouble for. I have no money in the bank accounts. Good luck with that, pirate assholes. Want to steal my identity? Have at it. I barely want it myself. I furrowed my brow and clicked refresh. Rui! MILFs in your area want to meet you! One MILF is just 1 miles away! It didn't bother me that updating miles to singular form. With a shaky hand, I reached for my glass and chugged down that last of the watered-down vodka. Gross. Vodka-flavored bottled water is not something that would sell. Gross. I clicked the refresh button. I clicked the refresh button and wondered what the next update would say. My heart sank into my asshole, and it felt like I was about to vomit up the entire contents of my stomach. James! I keep swapping between James and Rui. I'm self-inserting, so it's gonna be Rui. Rui! A MILF is right outside your door! No, that couldn't be. It couldn't be possible. Even if they know where I live, they couldn't possibly travel that fast. Then my mind started to wander to dark places. What does MILF even stand for? Murdering insane lunatic fucker? Mutant inbred lashing freak? Malicious insidious laughing phantom? No, wait, that's a P. Why even quibble with myself over name details? There's someone at my door. At least that's what I'm told. By an ad on the internet. The more I think about it, the more ridiculous it seems. It just cannot be true. It can't. Even if there was someone at my door. There's 3 locks on it that would keep them out. There's no way they could get in. I was safe. I clicked refresh. A sound grabbed my attention before I could look at the screen as it loaded. The half-melted ice cube that was behind me slid across the floor and hit my foot. I stared at it for what seemed like hours. I did not want to look at the screen in fear of confirming my suspicions. If I don't look, it's not true. Don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it. Among Us. I'll stay like this, in this position, for the remainder of the night. I'll wait it out. I'll wait for the surprise to burn away all of my horrible things that come out at night. That's how it works, right? I couldn't even fool myself. There's no way I could sit here with my heart beating as hard as it was. I'd die of some kind of heart failure or aneurysm. I know that I would have to buck up and see this through. I slowly raised my head to face the computer screen. I swallowed hard as my suspicions were accurate. James! A MILF is right behind you! Rui! I'm sorry. Rui, a MILF is right behind you! Terror gripped me like a pit bull with a raw steak, thrashing my insides around. Tiny beads of sweat formed on my brow. A singular tear leaked slowly down my cheek. My bottom lip was quivering as if it was 20 below in my room. I froze in my chair, unable to breathe, unable to blink, unable to move. When everything stood completely still, I heard it. Breathing, not on my own, but right behind me. I dared not look around. I knew that if I looked at it, I'd die, either by its hands or my own fright. All moisture had left my mouth. I tried to swallow, but I could only muster up emotions with a dry, sharp sensation like drinking sand. I had no idea what to do. Jump out of my chair in hopes of running away? No. It came miles in mere minutes. There was no escaping it. Fight back? With what? I scanned the disc but couldn't find anything worthy of a weapon strong enough to fight off with what I imagined the 8 feet of pure horror. What would happen if I clicked the ad? Could that be the whole answer the whole time? You had the power to go home all along, Dorothy? I gather up every little bit of strength I could, slowly move the mouse in hopes of not disturbing the MILF, and hover the cursor on the ad. Nothing. I clicked 3 times, still nothing. The ad was just a static picture, not a link at all. I moved the mouse over the refresh icon. A ferocious battle between my curiosity and my sheer primal terror began. I could still hear it breathing. Should I refresh? What would happen? Would this be the very last thing that I ever do? It's already behind me. It is waiting for the final click as a confirmation to attack. I lick my dehydrated lips and close my eyes. Curiosity had run. I click refresh. But I wanted to know about the MILF! MILF stands for molluskin looking for fun, yeah? Spastastic, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Also, what in the Sam hell am I listening to? MILF. Finish off the story. James is just unable to tell more of his story. His story is over, winky face. Oh my god. This was actually, like, way better than the other one as a creepypasta. Even though it has, like, a funny topic. Like, that was already way better than the other one. This one is short. It's called can'tturnback.exe. I was looking for a good, free game. I found a weird Russian website with a simple black background. I had to translate the Russian, which said something like this. Chiki-briki! Free game! Very fun! I wouldn't normally download from such a weird and shady site, but I really wanted to play a game. It took about 8 minutes to download, and when it opened WinRAR, there was a file that said can'tturnback.exe. A little odd, but if it's a horror game, I don't care. I love that stuff. It started up without even asking to install. Wow. I'm going to close it and scan for a virus, I said. I translate that binary before you finish. But I wanna read it. I'm gonna do it eventually, just I said. I was at the menu and it was just black with some blood splatters. It was in Russian. So I clicked the middle button and tried to change the language. It worked. But the three menu options were play, options, and exit. I closed it and scanned it. Nope. No viruses. Okay. So I opened back up and I noticed the menu changed and got a little scared. I saw some kind of odd, pale, twitching thing, humanoid in shape. But that was the only thing that was. But that was the only thing close to human. Instead of exit, it said, "Get out alive!" I started playing, and it was a crappy FPS with some Doom-esque graphics. I played for about 10 minutes before the stuff started getting weird. There were piles of bodies everywhere. I couldn't avoid them. They were literally everywhere. They started moving shakily and twitching towards me. I couldn't move. I pressed escape and I exited the game, or at least I tried. A message box popped up and it said, "Could not exit, you can't turn back." I started to get scared, so I unplugged my computer and restarted it. My background was changed to some binary. Let's I like how in the context of this story, the person had to write out their entire background for the sake of this narrative. Hold on. I'm gonna translate this. Convert. We are nowhere, standing outside near the charred power line, behind ourselves in the pine. It's over for you, Derek. Become one of us. Derek! How did it know my name? I heard something outside. The power went out. The last thing I remember was a tall, pale thing standing over me. Derek! Wow. Why are we looking at binary? We're reading shitty creepypasta. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Professor Dragmire. That was a trip. That sure was a story that we just read. Boo. Boo to me or boo to the bad creepypasta? Okay. So I have one more in my queue, in my shitty creepypasta queue. But if you guys have any suggestions that you would like me to read, I will be accepting them now. Um, drop your favorite shitty creepypasta below. I love that you have a queue. Yeah, I gotta prepare for the stream, you know, a little bit. Mm, for everyone that's watching, you know, even if you're doing something in the background, it would be really cool if you could, like, drop a shitty creepypasta. Because I like viewer engagement. I like it when you guys participate with the stream. It makes me really happy. Makes me super, super smiley. Um... Okay, no, nobody is saying anything, so, I'll move on to the next one. This is actually on the Creepypasta wiki. It's a little bit long, but, we're gonna read No End House. This is my first time reading, like, all of these, by the way. Let me start by saying that Peter Terry was addicted to heroin. Oh, Nep redeemed a hydrate. Okay, let's have a little sip. Okay, okay. We were friends in college and continued to be after I graduated. Notice that said I. He dropped out almost after 2 years of barely cutting it. After I moved out of the dorms and into a small apartment, I didn't see Peter much. We would talk online every now and then. AIM was king in pre-Facebook years. There was a period where he wasn't online for about 5 weeks straight. I wasn't worried. He was a pretty notorious flake and drug addict, so I assumed he just stopped caring. Then one night I saw him log on. Before I could initiate a conversation, he sent me a message. David, man, we need to talk. That was when he told me about the No End House. It got that name because nobody had reached the final exit. The rules are pretty simple and cliche. Oh, wait? Okay, cool. Reach the final room. Wait. I'm sorry, I don't have any. That's cool, Grunt. The rules are pretty simple and cliche. Reach the final room of the building and you win $500! Whoa! 500 whole dollars? What? No One House is a legit one? Is it? It's okay, I'll read it anyway. I found it on a list of shitty creepypasta. It's okay, we can have... Wait, there was a TV adaptation? You guys are shitting me. What? What? There... Oh my god. You guys are shitting... You guys are shitting me. It's okay, I'm gonna keep reading. We already started. There were 9 rooms in all. The house was located outside the city, roughly 4 miles from my house. Apparently, Peter tried and failed. He was a heroin and who knows what the fuck addict, so I figured the drugs got the best of him and he wigged out on a paper ghost or something. He told me that it would be too much for anyone. That it was unnatural. I didn't believe him. I told him that I would check it out the next time, and no matter how hard he tried to convince me otherwise, $500 sounded too good to be true. It's $500. I had to go. I set out the following night. When I arrived, I immediately noticed something strange about the building. Wow, I can't believe this is a real thing. Have you ever seen or read something that shouldn't be scary, but for some reason a chill crawls up your spine? I walked towards the building, and the feeling of uneasiness only intensified as I opened the front door. My heart swallowed, and I let a relieved sigh leave me as I entered. The room looked like a normal hotel lobby decorated for Halloween. A sign was posted in place of a worker. It read, "Room 1 this way, 8 more follow. Reach the end and you win! Wow!" I chuckled and made my way towards the door. The first area was almost laughable. The decor resembled a Halloween aisle of a Kmart, complete with sheet ghosts and animatronic zombies that gave a static growl when you passed by. Grrrr. At the far end was an exit. It was the only door besides that one I entered through. I brushed through the fake spider webs and headed for the second room. I was greeted by fog as I opened the door to room 2. The room definitely upped the ante in terms of technology. Not only was there a fog machine, but a bat hung from the ceiling and flew in a circle. Scary. They seemed to have a Halloween soundtrack that one would find in a 99-cent store on loop somewhere in the room. I didn't see a stereo, but I guess they might have used a PA system. I stepped over a few toy rats that wheeled around and walked with a puffed chest to the next area. I thought the rats were walking with a puffed chest to the next area. I reached for the doorknob and my heart sank to my knees. I did not want to open that door. A feeling of dread hit me so hard I could barely even think. Logic overtook me, and after a few terrified moments, and I shook it off and I entered the next room. Room 3 is when things began to change. On the surface, it looked like a normal room. There was a chair in the middle of the wood-paneled floor. A single lamp in the corner did a poor job of lighting the area, casting a few shadows across the floors and walls. That was the problem. Shadows. Plural! With the exception of the chairs, there were other... Wait, what? With the exception of the chairs, there were others? the shadows. I had barely walked into the room and I was already terrified. It was at that moment I knew something wasn't right. I didn't even think as I automatically tried to open the door I came through. It was locked from the other side. That set me off. Was somebody locking the doors as I progressed? There was no way I would have heard them. Was it a mechanical lock that set automatically? Maybe, but I was too scared to really think. I turned back to the door, and the shadows were gone. The chair's shadow remained, but the others were gone. I began to walk, a little redundant, but okay. I used to hallucinate when I was a kid, so I wrote the shadows as I wrote off the shadows as a figment of my imagination. I began to feel better as I made it to the halfway point of the room. I looked down as I took the shape, and as I took my steps, and that's when I said, "I'm sorry, I cannot read today." For shitty creepypasta request I just posted here in chat, yeah. This like thing off to the side, that's a pretty creepy picture. It's freaking me out. I don't like that. Or didn't see it. My shadow wasn't there. I didn't have time to scream. I ran as fast as I could to the other door and flung myself without thinking into the room beyond. The fourth room is possibly the most disturbing. As I closed the door, all lights As I closed the door, all light seemed to be sucked out and put into the previous room. I stood there, surrounded by darkness, not able to move. I'm not afraid of the dark and never have been, but I was absolutely terrified. All sight had left me. I held my hand in front of my face, and I didn't know. If I didn't know what I was doing, I never would have been able to tell. Darkness doesn't describe it. I couldn't hear anything. It was dead silence. When you're in a soundproof room, you can still hear yourself breathing. You can still hear yourself being alive. I couldn't. I began to stumble forward, and after a few moments, my rapidly beating heart was the only thing I could feel. There was no door in sight. I wasn't even sure there was one this time. The silence was then broken by a low hum. I felt something behind me. I spun around wildly, but I could barely even see my nose. I knew it was there, though. See my nose. Regardless of how dark it was, I knew something was there. The hum grew louder, closer. It seemed to surround me, but I knew whatever was causing the noise in front of me is inching closer. I took a step back. I had never felt that kind of fear. I can't really describe true fear. I wasn't even scared I was going to die. I was scared of what the alternative was. I was scared of what this thing had in store for me. Then the lights flashed on for a second and I saw it. Nothing. I saw nothing, and no, I saw nothing there. The room was plunged into darkness, and the hum became a wild screech. I screamed in protest. I couldn't hear this goddamn sound for another minute. I ran backwards, away from the noise. And fumbled for the door handle. I turned and fell into room 5. Before I describe room 5, you have to understand something. I am not a drug addict. I have had no history of drug abuse or any sort of psychosis short of the childhood hallucinations I mentioned earlier. And those were only when I was really tired or just waking up. I entered the no-end house with a clear head. After falling in from the previous room, my view of room 5... After falling in from the previous After falling in from the previous room, my view of room 5 was from the back, looking up at the ceiling. What I saw didn't scare me, it simply surprised me. Trees had grown into the room and towered above my head. The ceilings in this room were taller than the others, which made me think that I was in the center of a house that there's trees. I got up off the floor, dusted myself off, and took a look around. This was definitely the biggest room of them all. I couldn't even see the door from where I was. Various brush and trees must have blocked my line of sight with the exit. You somehow made it into outside, but it wasn't outside? Okay. Hey, welcome to the chat. Fang's Toxic Doppelganger. Fang's Toxic Doppelganger. Welcome to the stream, my friend. It is me, the Rasai Rui. Yeah, got him. Okay, okay. Brush. Up to this point, I figured the rooms are going to get scarier, but this was a paradise compared to the last room. I also assumed whatever was in the room 4 stayed back there. I was incredibly wrong. Ooh. As I made my way deeper into the room, I began to hear what one would hear if they were in a forest. Chirping bugs and the occasional flap of birds seemed to be my only company in this room. That was the thing that bothered me the most. I heard the bugs and other animals, but I didn't see any of them. I began to wonder how big this house was. From the outside, when I first walked up to it, it seemed like a regular house. It was definitely on the bigger side, but this was almost a full forest in here. The canopy covered my view of the ceilings, but I assumed it was there, however high it was. I couldn't see any walls either. The only way I knew it was still inside is that the floor matched the other rooms, the standard dark wood paneling. Then like what do the base of the trees look like? Are they like breaking through the floor? Is there dirt? I kept walking, hoping that the next tree I passed would reveal the door. After moments of walking, I felt a mosquito fly onto my arm. I shook it and kept going. A second later, I felt about 10 more land on my skin at different places. Oh, this is the scariest fucking thing we've read all day. 10 mosquitoes? It's fucking scary, my dude. Um, let's see. We got a creepypasta suggestion. Call of Duty Black Hell Ops. Oh my god. Wow. Very scary. And also Nifty 19. Welcome to the stream, friend. Oh my gosh. I felt them crawl up and down my arms and legs and made their way across my face. I flailed wildly to get them all off, but they just kept crawling. I looked down and let out a muffled scream, more of a whimper to be honest. I didn't see a single bug. Not one bug was on me, but I could feel them crawl. I heard them fly by my face and sting my skin, but I couldn't see a single one. I dropped to the ground and began to roll wildly. I was desperate. I hated bugs, especially ones I couldn't see or touch, but these bugs could touch me, and they were everywhere. I began to crawl. I had no idea where I was going. The exit was nowhere in sight, and I hadn't seen the exit, so I just crawled, my skin wiggling with the presence of those phantom bugs. After what seemed like hours, I found the door. I grabbed the nearest tree and propped myself up, mindlessly slapping my arms and legs to no avail. I tried to run, but I couldn't. My body was exhausted from crawling and dealing with whatever it was that was on me. I took a few shaky steps to the door, grabbing each tree on the way for support. Wow. It was only a few feet away when I heard it, the low hum from before. It was coming from the next room and it was deeper. I could almost feel it inside my body, like when you stand to an amp at a concert. The feelings of the bugs on me lessened as the hum grew louder. I placed a hand on the doorknob. The bugs were completely gone, but I couldn't bring myself to turn the knob. I know if I had let it go, the bugs would return, and there was no way I could make it back to room 4. I just stood there, my head pressed against the door marked 6, and my hand shakily grasping the knob. The hum was so loud I couldn't even hear myself pretend to think. There was nothing I could do but move on. Room 6 was next, and room 6 was hell. I closed the door behind me, and my eyes held shut and my ears ringing. The hum was surrounding me. As the door clicked in place, the hum was gone. I opened my eyes in surprise, and the door I had shut was gone. It was just a wall now. I looked around in shock. The room was identical to room 3, the same chair and lamp, but the correct amount of shadows this time. The only real difference was that there was no exit door, and the one I came through was gone. As I said before, I had no previous issues in terms of mental instability, but at that moment I fell into what I now know is insanity. I didn't scream, I didn't make a sound. At first I scratched softly. The wall was rough, but I knew the door was somewhere. I just knew it was. I scratched at where the doorknob was. I clawed at the wall frantically with both hands, my nails being filed down to the skin against the wood. Ow. I fell silently to my knees. The only sound in the room was the incessant scratching against the wall. I knew it was there. The door was there. I just knew it was there. I knew if I could just get past this wall. Were you alright? I jumped off the ground and spun in one motion. I leaned against the wall behind me and saw what it was that spoke to me. To this day, I regret ever turning around. There was a little girl. She was wearing a soft white dress that went down to her ankles. Spooky. She had long brown hair to the middle of her back and white skin and blue eyes. She was the most frightening thing I had ever seen, and I know that nothing in my life would be as unnerving as what I saw in her. Bro, it's just somebody's daughter. She came in here too. she's just a kid. While looking at her, I saw something else. Where she stood, I saw what looked like a man's body, only larger than normal and covered in hair. What? 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 You saw somebody in the place of this girl who you just... Oh, it says... Oh, did I say brown? I meant blonde. I'm sorry. Well, looking at... Okay. He was naked from head to toe, but his head was not human and his toes were hooves. Do we got a thick pee-pee dough? Does he have a fat food of cock? It wasn't the devil, but at that moment it might have well been. The form had the head of a ram and the snout of a wolf. It was horrifying, but it was synonymous with the little girl in front of me. That's her persona! They were the same form. I can't really describe it, but I saw them at the same time. They shared that same spot in the room, but I was like looking at two separate dimensions. When I saw the girl, I saw the form, and when I saw the form, I saw the girl. I couldn't speak. I could barely even see. My mind was revolting against what it was attempting to process. I had been scarred before in my life and had never been more scared. Wait, I've been scared before in my life, not scarred. And I'd never been more scared than when I was trapped in the 4th room. But that was before room 6. I just stood there, staring at whatever it was that spoke to me. There was no exit. I was trapped here with it, and then it spoke again. David, hello? You should have listened. Hello? When it spoke, I heard the words of the little girl, but other forms spoke through my mind in a voice I won't attempt to describe. There was no other sound. The voice just kept repeating that sentence over and over in my mind, and I agreed. I didn't know what to do. I was slipping into madness, yet couldn't take my eyes off what was in front of me. I dipped to the floor. I thought I had passed out, but the room wouldn't let me. I just wanted it to end. I was on my side, my eyes wide open, and the form staring down at me. Scurrying across the floor in front of me was one of the battery-powered rats from the 2nd room! Ooh! Hi, Toxon. Welcome to the stream. And thank you, Tazin-kun, for following. And, whoa! Also, aw, Toxon! Thank you for the subscription for Spastastic95. Thank you so much for doing that. And also, hope you enjoy your gifted sub, Spastastic. That house was toying with me, but for some reason, seeing that rat pulled my mind back from whatever depths it was headed, and I looked around the room. I was getting out of here. I was determined to get out of that house and live and never think about this place again. I knew this room was hell, and I wasn't ready to take up a residency. At first, it was just my eyes that moved. I searched the walls for any kind of opening. The room wasn't that big, so it didn't take long to soak up the entire layout. The demons— wait. The demons still taunted me, the voice growing louder as the form stayed rooted where it stood. I placed my hand on the floor, lifted myself up to all fours, and turned to scan the wall behind me. Oh, I tried to upgrade to tier 2, but it wouldn't let me. I think you have to run out, of, wow! Thank you, Professor Dragmire. Wow, we're getting so many subs today. Thank you for gifting a subscription to Nub Nub Nub. I hope, Neb Nep, Nepu Nepu. Enjoys their gifted sub. Thank you so much. Wow, your dreams came true. Wait, what is playing right now? Was that supposed to be scary? This is supposed to be scary music. This is on horror music. This had to be an accident. This is not scary. How long is this creepypasta? Okay, we're getting there. We're almost this one is passable. It's not too bad, but it's just going on for fucking ever. Okay. Whatever. I'll try yeah, I'll read Call of Duty Black Hell Ops. I'm pretty ready for this one. I'm beyond ready. What's Tomino's Hell? I was looking at it earlier. I didn't know, but the like actual picture for it freaked me out a lot. Look at it. Isn't that creepy? It's a good image. It's in Japanese. 姉は血を吐く。妹は被爆。怖い富のは玉のは吐く。一人地獄に落ちゆく富の。地獄暗闇花もなき。無知で叩くを富のの姉か。無知のしゅばす。しゅぶさが昨日来る。we're reading. Oh boy. Okay, so we read this as a meme. Yeah, we were gonna read COD Black Hell Ops. Okay. I've always enjoyed playing Call of Duty. I have every game in the series. Wait, I'm gonna do this in a funny voice. I have every game in the series, including both Modern Warfares and World at War. It was June 9th, 2010. I heard from a buddy of mine that they're releasing a new Call of Duty entitled Black Ops. I was so excited over this discovery that I wanted to see if I could somehow get a bootleg copy of it, even though I'm not sure if they're making a new Call of Duty. I checked on Craigslist to see if anybody could grant my wish, and I found a man named Bootman Bill. Why do you sound like live action Velma? Because I am live action Velma. This Bootman Bill was actually an 8-year-old high school dropout. I contacted him through email, asking if he has a copy. He replied to my email, I do have a copy. Come to my house on 710 East 6th Avenue. It's a comfort inn and suites. Wow. Very scary. I'm about to shit my pants. I'm so afraid. Okay, Toxon redeemed a pet. Let's turn that pet on. Whoop. Wait, where is it? There we go. We're in a comfort inn and suites. I proceeded to walk to his comfort. Wait. I proceeded to walk to his house the next day, even though it's a comfort inn. He answered by opening the door slowly and greeted me by saying, "I've been waiting for you." I asked where his. Wait. I asked where his parents were. He replied, "The game. The game is my parents." Shit's about to get terrifyingly comfy. He replied, "The game." I gave him a look of confusion. "I'd be willing to give you this copy of the game for no charge." That's how you know it's gonna be great in a creepypasta. He said, "I was surprised if you spent several months trying to steal a game that isn't released. You would expect a big price. Now, because I'm very generous, I gave the teen $80 and left his small home." I did notice a strange thing about this copy, however. Instead of it saying CODBO in permanent marker in crudely drawn letters, it said CODBHO. This baffled me, as I didn't know what the H means, but I digress. I then proceeded to put in my purple Memorex disc into my PS3, as it does with the current Call of Duty. It shows the Treyarch logo and then goes to the COD title screen. I was so excited. I gave the newest. Oh my god. I was so excited. I have the newest copy of Dark Souls and no one else in the world has or has even heard of yet. I didn't try feeling. Oh wait, I didn't feel like trying out campaign yet, so I did my favorite mode in COD, which is zombies. It had maps Kino del Toten. Kino del Toten. Is this a reference to something? Kino der Toten. Oh, okay. It's a Call of Duty map. Got it. It's the Theater of the Dead. Ooh. Zambinos. Zambinos. I don't know enough about Call of Duty for me to. The H in CODBHO stands for horny. True. And one I've never seen before called. Ah. I was baffled over the map's name. I would expect it to have more of a better name. I decided to play AD. Ah! The map looked like in what seems like Russia. The map seemed too big to be a normal zombie map. I ignored this, however, and played it. The weirdest thing about zombies is that they have devil horns sticking out of the Russian Ushankas? Are those the Okay. Now I know what they're for the meme I'm gonna download a Roblox. This is an item on Roblox. There we go. I, there we go. Got a new hat for this stream. Then the freakiest thing happened. It seems that hand started sticking out of the ground. When I saw this, I thought it was a glitch, with the disc being stolen. I thought this was just a beta version of the game. The next part scared me the most. It showed my character looking down at his feet as he's being pulled through the ground by the hands, and screaming and begging for his life in what seems like Italian. After this event, I noticed something. Ah! Is Russian for hell. My heart is pounding as I'm falling through this blank, empty space. As this is happening, an eerie banjo melody is playing in the background. Wait. Wait. quick second. There we go. As this is happening, an eerie banjo melody is playing in the background. The Russian town map is soon replaced by a town of what seems like Hiroshima after it was struck with a nuclear bomb. Dead bodies are everywhere. Some are children's bodies and some are adult bodies. In my head, I'm thinking of how the developers could be so insensitive. I'm starting to think this isn't a beta comp, but it was just a disc modeled by a sick-minded person. In pure anger, I emailed Bootman Bill. I waited 3 days, but no response from him. I better just continue on with the game and see what other terrible things I could find. In the Hiroshima map, the zombies were actually bodies of the deceased. That's what a zombie is! My dude! Wow. Some of the corpses were so photorealistic that I had pure look of terror every minute I was replaying. In this game, hanging from the remains of what seemed like a destroyed house was a wooden sign that read, Dono yo, ni sore wa jishoku de zakuderu koto ga kanji raremasu ka? Which translate into as, how does it feel to be in a hell, Zach? At this point, I was in tears. The game knew my name, which is not normal for a game. I was thinking that this game is not modded. It's haunted. This is real similar to Ben, the haunted Majora's Mask cartridge, but this is far more terrorizing. It's no wonder that Bootman Bill gave this to me for no price. He wanted it out of his life forever. And then when he said the game after his response to where my parents were, he must have meant that his parents went missing, or something far worse after playing it. Finally, after 4 days, Bootman Bill replied to my email, or so I thought. The email said, Bill is not here right now. Don't even think of returning the game if that's what you're doing. I took care of Bootman Bill. I was swearing in terror after reading this, thinking that Bill was murdered, and that the ghost possesses the disc and killer. Wait. No, why is it going to- I did just notice this. Why did it go to fantasy medieval music instrumental no copyright? I wanted banjos. I wanted banjos. Aww. There we go. This is perfect. It's legitimately impressive levels of bad, yeah. Thank you for the 30 bits, nep nep. 30 COD, wait. COD trying to one-up his Mario Party's anti-piracy screen. Yeah, that's genuinely some scary shit. Wait, let me pull that up.
Piracy is no party.
Oh. This is the DS one. The photorealistic, yep. This is where this is happening, by the way. They were at a comfort inn and suites.
Let's get out there and help people customize and
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Please just shut the fuck up. They're riding on lettuce. They're in fucking jail. Piracy is no party. It is a serious crime to pirate video games. Please power off the system and report this stolen software immediately. For more information, please visit ap.nintendo.com. Isn't this creepy? Yeah, right? This is pretty creepy. The final boss of Mario Party is the FBI. Nintendo's straight up fucking threatening you. Okay, we're going back to this and we're putting the banjo music back on. It's no wonder that Bootman Bill gave this to me for no price. Wait. I was swearing in terror after reading this, thinking that Bill was murdered, and that the ghost that possessed this disc is the killer. I continued the game. This time the music has changed. This time it's a Japanese choir singing Ware ware wa shitteru shikashi anata mo desu over and over again. This translates into we are dead, but you are too. I'm thinking that it's the victims of Hiroshima speaking to me, saying that I'm dead. At this point, I was so scared that I decided to quit playing. At this time, it's 4:30 p.m. the scariest time to play spooky video games. So I have time to take a walk and forget about this. I'd tell my mom about this, but she would freak out if she found out I spent $80 on a bootleg copy. I'll continue playing tomorrow. I'll tell you what I see this time. For now, goodbye. Will there ever be a part 2 to this? Most likely not. Well, I'm glad they're being honest. Okay, that was really good. That was really good. I like the haunted video game ones. Those are funny. Pasta trying to be good when it sucks enough to be a troll. I like the tags on this. Pointless violence totally makes sense. It's scary, you guys. Wow. Scooby-Doo theory? Hatsune death coup? Wait. Since we have this on, we should turn on. Royalty. Will I get zucked for this? This is the entirely true story of my horrifying encounter with Satan in the Vocaloid Hatsune-miku.jpg image. Warning, looking directly into the eyes of the image on the right may cause insomnia, paranoia, lack of sleep, insanity, and other symptoms. In some cases, viewers have reported dying after looking at the image. Proceed with extreme caution. Okay, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'll be right back, guys. Alright, we're back. Okay, okay, I'm back. I'm back. One second. Let me pull my phone back up so I can read chat. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. I got some water, so I'm gonna take a sip of that. Oh wait, my bangs are I gotta fix them so my model starts working again. Okay, cool. Welcome back. Thank you, Neb. Water pog, yeah. We pogging. Oh shit, we got water. We're gonna go back to Migu. Okay, okay. Wait, 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 wait. Okay. How's the audio? Alright, I think that's good. Now we're getting ready to go back to Hatsune Deathku. I've been a fan of Hatsune Miku. My friends tell me it's stupid and that I'm too old for that kind of thing, but I enjoy her music anyway. But after my experience, I can't even stand to look at her face, and you will soon understand why. When I heard there was going to be a Hatsune Miku concert in my town, I couldn't believe it. I bought tickets as soon as I could, and they were relatively cheap, but this is because my hometown of Bloomington. Where's Bloomington? Bloomington, Indiana. All my homies from Bloomington, Indiana. The Wonder Lab Science Museum has hands-on exhibits plus insects and reptiles. That sounds like fun. Okay. Good good meme. Wait, my chat is still not working. We got a notification. Let's check it out. Thank you for joining the Slug Club, Pillanoro. Well, thank you so much. Welcome to the stream. Bloomington Museum date, me and who? We're gonna go on a fucking big trip to Wonder Lab Science Museum. It seemed that no one else was going to the concert. In fact, when I asked people about it, they had no idea what I was talking about. Anyway, on the night of the concert, I noticed someone had sent me a text message. It was from my friend Gary. He was asking if I could come over to his house. I signed him, texted him back, and that I was going to a Hatsune Miku concert. Yeah, come on, Gary. Why don't you go to the fucking Hatsune Miku concert with your friend, you know? Like, Hatsune Miku single-handedly uh wrote the code for Minecraft. Oh, hi. Hi Nora. Welcome to the stream. Oh, it's so happy to have you here. I love you. It's happened to my friend Gary once, right? She also wrote Harry Potter. She's a talented author. You know, why would you not want to go to the Hatsune Miku concert? He replied saying, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Next, if I was going crazy. I ignored this response and made my way to the concert. After driving a while, I realized the concert was outside of town. In fact, it was in the middle of the woods. You're gonna get to meet your waifu for real. Like, if I hosted a Rasai Rui trademark concert, it would be in a boat in the middle of nowhere. And then I would pop out of the ocean and sing Slug Jug. I finally arrived at the address, and I saw that it was an abandoned building in the middle of the woods. I had no idea what the hell was going on, but I decided to go inside the old building anyway. After stepping inside, I saw that it was a huge concert hall. Why is there a huge concert hall that's abandoned in the middle of the woods? There was no one there but me, and as soon as I stepped in, every light in the whole place lit up. The door behind me shut and locked, and I panicked. Suddenly, the Hatsune Miku song "World Is Mine" began to play. Wait, let me... Is there like a recorder? Is this it? No. Oh man. Okay. Maybe if I do the karaoke, it'll work. There we go. Suddenly, the Hatsune Miku song World Is Mine began to play. Miku was nowhere to be seen, and there was no one on the stage. I looked around for speakers, but found none. Suddenly, the song became more and more distorted and demonic. I got scared, but I decided to investigate the concert hall further. There was a dark room ahead of me, and I decided to enter it. Inside, I found a lone computer. The desktop picture was a picture of Hatsune Miku. There was no internet browser, and only file to be found was a JPEG file entitled Hatsune_deathku.jpg. I opened up the file, and what I saw horrifies me to this day. It was a picture of Hatsune Miku, but with black eyes and a demented grin with blood on her teeth. The text next to her read, "I am Satan." Here's the here's the picture, by the way. You're welcome. The music had become a demonic rumbling, and I turned around and saw a horrifying sight. It was the dead body of fucking Gary, with the words, "I am Satan," engraved into his chest. No, Miku, no! I screamed and ran to the doors of the concert hall. They were open, and I ran out of them and drove back home. I shut the door, and I locked it. I saw my cell phone on the table. It had several messages on it. They were all from Gary, and I began reading them. They were asking me for help, but he said that Satan was after him. I went up to my computer to find nothing on my desktop, not even an internet browser. There was only the JPEG file, HatsuneDeathku.jpg. I screamed and tried to shut down my computer, but a demonic voice said, "I'm afraid I can't let you do that." I screamed and ran away to live with my parents. To this day, I've never listened to another Hatsune Miku song, and her face makes me cringe. Did you guys enjoy that? I enjoyed I enjoyed that. Hey, wanna join Chaos? We have blood arenas, magical libraries, rotting gardens, and demon hookers. I have no idea what you're talking about, but that sounds pretty poggers. The shit always feels so sadly cringe because it's people just inserting things they like into a generic, already bad ghost story. That's true. This one feels ironic though, especially with the picture. Like, like look at that. Where do I send you a bananas in pajamas creepypasta? Just put the link in the chat. Yeah, there's no way. Wait, yeah, there's no way this isn't trolling. Gary, no. This is good. Bananas in pajamas last episode. Yes, I'm ready. I
Doesn't exist. I love the Bananas in Pajamas. It's my favorite show on all of television, and I'll give you one reason: quality writing.
Oh, okay, that's just a reading of bananas in pajamas. Let me pull up. Can we get a remix? Oh fuck yeah.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1? I think I am B2. It's music time!
Turn that shit up.
In pajamas, I coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas, I coming down in pairs. Bananas in pajamas,
We fucking groovin'.
I'm chasing teddy bears. 'Cause on Tuesdays they all try to catch them unawares.
Sit down, B2.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not on anything, B1. No.
Okay. Okay, what is... It's bananas in pajamas. The same vibe as guacamole, that's true. Okay, let me put back just the generic spooky music. Can we do the Bananas in Pajamas instrumental? Oh, okay. It's only 30 seconds. Oh, okay. I gotta, where did the creepypasta go? I opened it up. Where the fuck, where did I put it? Okay, I found it. Fuck yeah, Bananas in Pajamas. Lost episode. The following is based on a true story. Proceed with caution. I love the Bananas in Pajamas. It's my favorite show on all of television, and I'll give you one reason. Quality writing, excellent jokes, and parfait-flavored humors, the likes of which I've never seen in a daytime's children TV program. Now don't banana split out of here because I got something to tell you. There's a rare hidden VHS of the Bananas in Pajamas, and I wish I had never let my twin sons watch. Oh, I wish. Okay, there we go. Now I got the audio. I'm sorry, it was too quiet. Okay. I didn't let them watch the show because I had a book on baby Einstein, Make Your Kid an Einstein, that said daytime's children's puppeteer and costume programs would turn your baby's brain to mush. Would you want your kid to grow up to be the typical Walmart and McDonald's consuming fat lard sack with an IQ of 70 and a waist size to match? Not me. I will watch the Bananas. Not in my fucking house. Not on my watch. Get the fuck out of my house. But me, I love those damn bananas and pajamas. Maybe it's because they were wearing pajamas while simultaneously being bananas. There was something deep about it. Like creating a whole idea out of something that rhymes. Now me, I live in Montana. I was drinking a Fanta and consuming a Malanta due to indigestion. I took my kids there. I told my kids there was no Santa. I sent the kids to their room and locked the door, cracking a window so they don't suffocate. While most would say that this is only true for dogs and cars, I live in a mobile home, which is basically a car with furniture, and everybody pisses in the gas tank. I briefly worked in the building where Bananas in Pajamas was being filmed from 1995 to 1997. I never met any of the cast, but I heard they secretly worshipped Lucifer and praised a fallen fruit god named Chiquita. One thing I knew for certain, this was a children's show, but there's a lot of humor for the men, and like there are a lot of how in there a lot like Pixar's Toy Story is actually a euphemism for owning a Toy Story. What? Yeah, this is a troll. Anyway, I just had to watch the show, my favorite show, the show about bananas in pajamas. Well, it's true that the title doesn't rhyme. That's what's so genius about the show. They know your kids are too fucking dumb and stupid to notice. Ooh, you like shiny keys? Good boy, take the shiny keys. Enjoy your fucking clothed fruit, you sick fuck. If this show was called Clothed Fruit, it would be cancelled and rated R. I jammed the fucking VHS in. Bananas and pajamas. No wait, I gotta sing it. Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. My children are very smart. They have a 150 IQ, so I won't let them watch this. But me, I cracked open an ice cold Bud, got some chips and football, got some Kool-Aid and pretzel sticks, football, and prepared for the VHS that I found under the couch one day. Bananas received the least concern rating from the ICN. Please. Although its numbers seem to be decreasing. That bear had a bucket stuck in his foot, and the bananas were laughing at him. It's not funny, the bear said. Ha ha ha! The banana laughed in the English accent. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, B1? I think so too, B2. Wait, B1 and B2. This wasn't Battleship. These were code words. It's not funny! The bear said again. Some tumbling music played, like music you'd hear during a tumble. The bear lifted its leg and I almost puked. It was covered in maggots and sores, and the maggots were eating the flesh and the sores. I thought this was a kid's show. The costume had been dissolved by acid, and the incongruable mass of writhing bear flesh just pulsated while the banana boys, B1 and B2, smiled unmovingly. I mean, they couldn't move. Unlike a show like Sesame Street, these bananas had static faces that just stared out, like an emoji on a cheap plastic flip phone in the 90s. I'll help you! I've got the medicine! The other banana picked up a wooden board with rusty nails in it, administering 500 say-says! He slammed the board into the fucking bear's face and fell over. The bear's face was covered in blood, and there's blood around the face, and even the sides of the face were covered in blood. If anything, I knew this wasn't a normal episode of Bananas in Pajamas. What's this? The banana lifted up the bear mask. A charlatan! Indeed, there was a human man underneath the face of what was supposed to be a bear girl, revealing a shocking twist. But the next twist really fucking disturbed me. The banans' faces started to move. The cotton-stitched black mouth began to move into a frown. But where a good source of potassium? B1 hissed. B2 took out an orange juicer. The other bear walked in. Fuck off! I couldn't believe a banana would say fuck. Fuck in a children's cartoon in 2018. He slammed the fucking juicer in his fucking face and he began to scream. Brown cancerous lesion appeared in the banana's face. They had a Panama disease and had clearly eaten them from the core down of the banana. Bananas don't have cores. B1 held up a glass and collected the juice, but it was red. Juice isn't red. It appears to have a human infestation, B2 said. They're trying to steal our potassium. That was why the bananas wore pajamas in broad daylight. It all made sense now. They're paranoid of being peeled. Enough imposters, B1 said. Or was that B2? ... B1 and B2 began carrying the dead cast member into a kitchen area, past the eponymous stairs that they came down every week. Oh dear, the British banana man said. The bananas in pajamas took out a serrated knife and began peeling the humans. They removed flesh, bones, and the internal organs. They dumped them into a massive banana split bowl, removed the eyes, and put them in a separate container. I was about to scream, but I saw pound after pound of delicious ice cream, Rocky Road, chocolate fudge, strawberry sorbet, and even mixed nut almond mocha frappuccino, my favorite. Then they dumped them all over the bodies into the middle chest cavity because they had split down the center. Go vegan, a voice whispered. Indeed, the narrator had been awfully silent up until this point. I've had enough of this vegan propaganda, but what I saw next truly disturbed me. The bananas were spraying whipped cream and putting shaved human flesh sprinkles on the top of the split that had human eyes instead of cherries. Oh my fucking god, I screamed erratically. Oh my fucking god, the bananas in pajamas killed a family and were wearing their clothes. Bananas don't wear clothes. I screamed, and screamed some more. Bananas don't wear clothes. Then the head banana said something really weird. Love is an aardvark. You have to have a prehensile tongue to dig it out of the deep earth's columns that contain the best love. But maybe it's a nest, and you fall in and you're eaten inside out. That's what I learned from Bananas in Pajamas. After all, I am Bananas in Pajamas. His eyes grew blood red and he opened his stitched mouth as tons of bloody insects and humans and human intestines spilled out of gnarled banana teeth. Smiled a toothy African smile. I had to get out of here. Thank God I lived in a mobile home. I could just drive away. I ejected the VHS as my sons of Jimmy the door open. Oh God, they were learning to operate handles. Dada! The banana-faced miscreant smiled at me, looking at their disheveled father. They were bananas. My sons were bananas. Brown spots, concave peels, and hollow eyes from hell. How did this happen? How did my son become bananas? How did my sons become bananas? I picked up that fucking Baby Einstein CD and put it in my ear. Repeat after me. We are a good source of potassium. And I gotta do it in the accent. Repeat after me. We are a good source of potassium. And be sure to water us. Daylight come on. We want to go home. Wait, no. Me want go home. No, that's coming out of his face. Repeating after me. Hi, hi, Jotaros. Yada yada daze. Hello, hi, hello. I'm gonna take a little drink. Repeat after me. We are a good source of potassium, and be sure to water us. Daylight come, man. Me want go home, I screamed, leering out from my camper trailer at thousands, millions, billions of tiny bananas. Their eyes like black stars against the night sky. Their sharp teeth hungering for human flesh. Their sharp hands hungering for human teeth. And their teeth even had teeth on them. How long have I been watching that VHS? It all comes down to the theory of relativity. Baby Einstein's theory of relativity. For us, it may seem like 20 minutes, but for the banana people of Guatemala, it had been over 20 billion years. They'd evolved the taste of flannel and sheep human flesh. There are many things that you can run away from, but you cannot run away from yourself. I threw the keys out from the window and sat down to watch the great program as my son's 636 teeth bit into my neck. The dead corpse of a red-suited man carrying presents fell through my chimney with dozens of bananas, chewing and eating his face. We're just normal. Everyone's normal. Don't be alarmed. This is all completely normal. Bananas in pajamas are coming down the stairs. Bananas in pajamas are coming down in pairs. Bananas in pajamas are watching you sleep at night. Bananas in pajamas, so don't turn on the light. Bananas in pajamas had murdered to get their clothes. Bananas in pajamas eat human eyes and human toes. Bananas in pajamas are taking over the United States. Bananas in pajamas serving human flesh on plates. Bananas in pajamas own people for the ethical treatment of fruit. Bananas in pajamas, that's not a man in a suit. Bananas in pajamas are coming your way very soon. Bananas in pajamas are going to be in your room. That large yellow shadow is indeed quite real. The plantains are coming and they consider you veal. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot bunch. Time is an illusion and they'll be having you for lunch. Bananas in pajamas, they're taking over the trailer park. Bananas in pajamas. Love is an aardvark. Holy fuck, what did we just read? That was a trip. That's almost 4chan tier. We got some new followers. Thank you Nookie1101 for following, and thank you Joe Taros for following. This has been a really fun stream. I'm not sure if I'm ready to end it just yet. I can... Wait, there's no... Does anybody have, one other one? That I can read? I wanna do one more creepypasta, so it better be a good one. That was an acid trip in literary form. That's very true. It genuinely a fucking well-written thing. The backyardigans get killed. Okay, I'm gonna read this one and then one more that you suggest. And I'm gonna put on the okay. There was a VeggieTales one. Oh, there was a VeggieTales one. I want to read both. I want to read the VeggieTales one. VeggieTales, ooh. I'm gonna put on the VeggieTales. Okay. VeggieTales time. We're going from fruits to veggies, everyone. Are you ready?
Yeah, Bob. What do I on?
It's not instrumental, though. Oh, okay, here we go. Sister Abigail is going to be so proud of me. Holy shit. This is my first attempt at a funny pasta. Leave your reviews in the comments. This is inspired by Chimichangar and Oliver Charles. As a kid, I grew up in a Christian household. My childhood was very different from other kids' childhoods. My parents were very strict and didn't let me watch TV shows other kids were allowed to watch. I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob, who I ate, by the way, in my lore. I ate SpongeBob, because my parents' Star King thought it would turn me gay. I also wasn't allowed to watch Pokemon, because apparently it was satanic. The shows they let me watch were good. Shows like were not that good. Shows like Bible Man and Salty the fucking Songbook. The only show I found enjoyable was VeggieTales. Unlike the other, it didn't shove the Bible in my face, and it was actually quite good. I owned most of the episodes, and I also owned the Silly Songs CDs. Eventually, I grew up and moved out. Nowadays, I'm an atheist, but I still act religious around my parents. The other day, I wanted to relive my childhood, so I went to a local Goodwill and found to look for some VeggieTales DVDs. When I arrived, I went to the DVDs to look for VeggieTales DVDs, but only found the shitty in the house version. What is VeggieTales in the house? What is this? Oh, I see. We gotta restart it. Okay. Okay. All technically both cucumbers and tomatoes are fruit. Yeah, that is true. But they're not in a culinary sense. Which is pretty interesting if you think about it. Wait. Wait. Where did I go? When I arrived. Okay. Okay, only. Where was I? I can't hear myself think over this music. They only had the in the house version. Just when I was about to leave, I stuck my hand in one of those DVD barrels they have at Walmart. I stuck my hand at the bottom when I miraculously pulled out a VeggieTales DVD out of sheer luck. But it wasn't a normal VeggieTales DVD. The DVD cover had the name of the episode. It was called VeggieTales Ooh. I wanted to know what that creepy ooh symbols with the 2 dots was, so I went on a VeggieTales forum online and asked what the hell this episode was. An hour later, I got a reply to my forum post. The reply read, "It must be related to the Toy Story Ooh films." Is there lore to this wiki? I searched up what Toy Story Ooh was. Apparently there was a demented versions of the Toy Story films that had weird and disturbing content. After that, I really did not want to watch the DVD I found, but of course, curiosity got the best of me. Oh wait. I shoved the DVD and said D&D. I shoved the D&D into the player and got a can of SpaghettiOs from the year of 1972. I ate it even though it tasted like rat shit. You put the DVD into the player and got a can of SpaghettiOs. Before the episode started, I saw some previews for the movies that looked awful. I watched a preview for some stupid family film from 2012 as I ate out the way at the SpaghettiOs that probably had a society of bacteria living in it. The episode started off as the Big Idea logo, but instead of saying Big Idea, it said Small Idea, and it showed Small Brain, and it showed a picture of a salad. I didn't know what that meant, but the salad is probably chopped up remains of the VeggieTales characters. Then it played a shitty rap cover of the VeggieTales theme songs. Lyrics such as Lima Bean, Collard Green, etc. were replaced with a middle-aged man saying ooh repeatedly. Ooh. After the theme song, it showed Bobby and Larry on the countertop as usual, but the countertop looked all dirty and neglected. Hey kids, welcome to VeggieTales Ooh. Bob the Tomato said in a voice that sounded drunk. Wait, let me... Hey kids, welcome to VeggieTales You. Bob, what the hell is the you? Larry asked in his regular voice. I was surprised to hear swearing in a Christian cartoon. I thought this was made for children. Not in my good Christian suburbs. Hey, welcome to the stream, the Cartoon King 4114. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry that this is your first stream. Aloha. Who killed JFK? Bob asked. Leah Harvey Oswald? Oswald? Larry responded. No, it's the fucking you. You need to become one with the ooh, Bob yelled. Bob then began to ramble about how important the ooh is. This isn't funny. I don't know anything about the ooh. This seems to be like an inside joke. I'm gonna read the Backyardigans one, and then I'm gonna end this stream. This is the backstory of VeggieTales facts. It's true. Is this the fucking lore? Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. There we go. We're gonna put on the Backyardigans theme, except we're gonna play it at half playback. Oh my god! It's the Backyardians! My favorite show! Alive Among Lives. The best ever. But a horrible thing happened to me one day when I was watching my program of choice. The greatest of greats. Best possible ever. You see, when you're young you think you understand the world, but then you grow up and you understand it less. You die alone, toothless, in an unmarked grave. The episode was called The Backyardigans Get Killed, and I found it at a yard sale 20 years before the first episode ever aired. I don't watch it, but here it is. The intro is the most disturbing. The Backyardigans are having a pool party, but Pablo is clearly dead. His tongue is hanging out of his mouth, and he has flies buzzing around his head. There are X's in his eyes. Even... Hold on one sec, I'm gonna check log. Thank you for following, Avinastwood. Avinastwood, thank you for following. And thank you for the stretch. I'm gonna do a stretch. I was shocked. This isn't the episode I wanted to know. The moose was crying. His hands were in his face, and he was bleeding from the side. I want to be a pirate, he screamed. But he wasn't a pirate. He was just a crying moose. Evidently, the parents' snack was LSD, a drug that causes vivid hallucinations. The parents would drug all their children, and when they went into the backyard, they would have horrific drug-induced fantasies. I'm not a moose, Tyrone screamed. Fell over as the hippo, whatever the purple thing was, began to scream. Tyrone slammed his head into the glass, demanding to be human. Pablo's pinwheel hat lay on the floor, covered in blood and ants. Nobody claimed the body, Uniqua screamed. She was holding up a photorealistic picture of the Backyardigans and What is this? Oh, okay, I'm going back to the theme song. What is this?
We're stuck where we are.
That's genuinely- is this Vaporwave?
We launched our lifeboat.
This is Vaporwave.
We wouldn't drown.
Okay. I think I discovered something. If you play Backyardigans songs in slow-mo, it becomes vaporwave. She was... okay. Austin the kangaroo refuses to eat his snack, so the parents shot him in the head. You see a gun in the door frame, a loud bang, and he lays there dead. Tasha was screaming, running around the yard with a nice pop before she fell down, crying. I'm not gonna continue reading this. I got a brief glimpse. Is that stream thumbnail in the Corpse Party font? It was just one that I had. Actually, it may be. 1 second. Because I used to work for a import company, and we would host like little parties at the import company where people could like watch anime and play video games and stuff. And one of the themes was it was something called like weeaboo or something, because like, get it, like weeaboo. Got him. Let me see what I did exactly. But I drew the like mascot of the store as yeah, weeaboo lock-in. That's what we called it. And I drew the mascot of the store as Ayumi from Corpse Party. Like really quickly. Here's what it looked like. In sec. Can probably like clip it. It's really old art now. The store is no longer open, but there we go. Oh, I know it's attendees. Oops. Uh-oh. This is, yeah, this is the art. But I downloaded the font, or a similar font to put in the image, so I may have downloaded it, for that purpose. It's a powerful dad joke, yeah. So yeah, it might be. I think we're gonna end this stream now. I had a really fun time today. This is really stupid. I love that dumb shit. So yeah, really fun. Um yeah. Oh, fun stream. Yeah, it was really fun. Did I get clipped? What is this? Oh, okay. That was the Backyardigans vaporwave. Oh wow, that's yeah, that's really great. Oh, we're getting rated. Oh no! Hi Lorelei, we're just about to end this stream, but I'm so sorry. What's up? I'm so sorry. We were literally just about to end the stream. Thank you for following, thank you for following Yama Parasite. I'm sorry, welcome everybody that came. Also thank you Nup for the 35 bits. I can redirect you to somebody else who's being funny. Oh, Arlie is streaming. Arlie has a lot of people on. Can do maybe what are they doing? Sussy Baka collab? What's going on? What are they doing? Are they reading shitty creepypasta too? Okay, let's go ahead and raid them. It's gonna be fun. Let's I can't sleep, damn. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for raiding, but I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. I had a really good time. Made me laugh. Bananas in Pajamas creepypasta is still the funniest thing I've ever read. Holy shit. I love it. We're gonna head out. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. We're going places. Bye-bye, friends! Bye-bye! See you soon, Sluggy!